Good morning, traders. So how do we trade Bitcoin and Ethereum today? So we are getting the pullback that I was expecting, and you can see the 20 moving average on the daily is still intact. So pretty much the daily trend is still down. Okay, so for me, I use the 20 moving average as an indication of the direction of the trend. So until this thing starts pointing to the upside and price stays above it, the trend is still down. But saying that, I do still think we are in a very unique position where it looks like we should be turning. Okay, so let's just get this level in here. A retest down here on the 20 would see me taking a stab at a long. Problem being that your stop would need to be below this level here. So that's a good $600 stop loss, which is quite large. And we also got a grouping of the oscillators here, so we could potentially fall back a little bit more. We could break the 20, we could come down to this level. So I think for me, this is the area to watch to see what happens here. If we start getting some bullish action here, then it may be worthwhile taking a long here and just keep a pretty much 100-point stop loss. Okay, and that's kind of the play that I'm looking at. This here concerns me though. Okay, I'd like to see more this kind of setup on the oscillators, or even just in the middle of nowhere. But when they group like this and they've crossed over pointing down, that's always an indication that we are overbought and moving to the downside. So if we look at the daily, just the last thing on price action, you would expect a deep pullback here. Okay, so that's just kind of the normal way that price works. You'd expect a fairly deep pullback to give us a higher low, and then the accelerated move to the upside. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for. And the ideal situation here would be a Fibonacci retracement somewhere in this 50% to 61.8. Even the 76.2 would be a nice deep retracement. So if we just get some levels on that, we're talking about pretty much back to the 6,000 level, or 6,100 or 150 area. So that's kind of what we're looking for on Bitcoin. Okay, if we just print that out on the hour, you'll see nothing really lines up with it, but the oscillators in the hour are grouping to the downside. So we could just hover sideways for a bit and then move to the upside as well. So you just got to watch out. So for me, I'm looking for something ideally down in this area, but I will be watching this 6337, 6340 area here, just to see if something changes. If this level holds, then we'll be looking for longs and just keep a tight stop. On Ether, pretty much a similar picture. The thing that I'm waiting to break on Ether is I'm waiting for, I can take it all the way back. Okay, so there is a bit of a wedge forming here, and if I just do that, that gives you a big indication. So that's a daily wedge, and a break of this level here, this current high, would validate that wedge. Okay, and the target for that would be pretty much the first touch, which would be up here. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm waiting for on Ether at the moment. And very similar situation. You can see how the oscillators are grouped, and they're starting to, well, they are grouping now and starting to cross over. So I would expect us to have some form of pullback. So we did break these fractal levels. I'd like to see us pull back pretty much on a Fibonacci as well. So I'm looking for a pullback come test this tail here. I'm alternatively at 61.8. Now my broker doesn't trade on the weekend, so that's why you got a gap here. So don't read anything into it, just focus on the levels. And this would be a challenge of this area here, which would see me getting pretty interested. I am also very interested in this 20 moving average area here on the 4 hour. If we can hold this, then I can see another attempt at breaking this wedge, and then you're looking for a breakout. So as soon as we break above this area here, that's going to be the confirmation that this wedge is up. So in saying that, I'm watching this with interest today. If we can hold this level, I will pretty much take a stab at a long from here, but I will keep a very tight stop. So if we do get down into this area, still open. So if we do get into this area, we get some bullish action forming on the hour, I'll take a stop and just run a very tight, take a trade and run a very tight stop of 20, 30 points. Okay, that will pretty much give me the confidence that we're going to run to the upside. Okay, so any bullish action on this level will give me the confidence. So that's kind of my play on the crypto. So essentially still waiting, and I'm looking to see how this 20 moving average holds on the 4 hour, because that would be my early indication that the trend has changed. And if it holds, then we move the upside. If we do break through it, then it's going to be a case of waiting to see how far we've pulled back, and then I'll take a stab at a trade at a lower level with a stop below the low. Okay, so hope that helps. Pretty much still waiting. It's still a waiting game on the cryptos, but I think patience is key right now. Anyway, guys, trust it helped, and enjoy the day, and I'll catch you later. Cheers, man.